Hey, I had someone ask me about how I combat squash bugs. Oop, there's one right there. So I have soapy water. This is Dawn. And I'm just gonna dump him in here. See right there? Alright, we dumped him in there. And the soapy water, he can't survive and he'll die. I'm assuming there's a baby one. See, here's a baby one. We'll also take out and put him in the soapy water and he'll die. There's a few more. What you could do if you have a lot, because I did go through yesterday and I killed a bunch just because we've been having back-to-back monsoons. I think this is like 4, 5, 6 days already. I typically put my gloves on because I hate touching them. Now I know this is part of gardening, that you're gonna encounter bugs. I just really hate the looks of these squash bugs. So I have these really thick gloves thanks to my hubby. But if you see here, we have, looks like one cucumber, but there's more cucumbers. It looks like that one's turning or bolting just because squash bugs probably got to them. Oh, there's another one. You see it right there. Let's grab it. They don't like to get in here. Where'd it go? They like to hide. They're really good at camouflaging. So most of the time you have to like really get in there. I don't like doing that. Oops. Probably somewhere on the floor. But you have to get them, because if all of those eggs get in there, there we go, I see some over there, they'll hatch. Like the little one that we saw that we just put in there. They'll hatch and they'll multiply, and then they'll just kill your plants. So see, I removed a bunch because they were killing my watermelon, my melon, and they were getting into my cucumbers. Now this bed was one of my first ones that I had, and I didn't know how invasive the watermelons would be, and the melons, and they just took over. I had this, you can see in my other previous videos, they were very invasive and they went all around there, and they started to grow on these containers. They grew on here too with my cucumbers, and they were all over right here, and they started to go that way to my raised bed and my other containers that I have. So I went in the last few days after the storms were calming down, and I had to pull most of them because they were so invasive and they took over everything. It was really hard to get in there, properly fertilize, properly make sure they were kept clean and organized, and they were hard, obviously, to see if they had any squash bugs, and they did. A lot of the plants didn't survive because of the storm. See if we see right here, and because of the squash bugs. The cucumber. It's disheartening, but I do have some backup cucumber seedlings that are coming along, which I will take out. They're more frost resistant, so I'll take them out later on after, if and when this goes down, just because I'm here in Arizona, so the heat is really not calming down. So let's see if we could find that squash bug. I also wanted to show you how these eggs look. Looks, that's the key word. See, there's another squash bug. We gotta kill that one. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab my soapy water. I'm just gonna dump them in there. It went in there and it's gonna die. So I've kind of already made a decision to pull most of this, just because we have a lot of dead ones and it looks like there's gonna be a lot of squash bugs. Makes me sad, but you know, this is how we learn, and we are more knowledgeable, more skilled for the next crops you put down. Another tip, if you can't find the squash bug, you want to add some water at the base because they like to hide and camouflage. So let me go ahead and just water this base a little bit. And kind of force them to come out. You don't need much for them to kind of come out. See right there? Came out because he was hiding. So I'm gonna make this water a little bit more soapy. And I see a squash bug walking on my cucumber. That's great. Oh. I'm gonna go in there and try to flick him in there. Flick them in there. Stubborn. I'm being careful because I don't want to touch him. Also, squash bugs attack anything like squash or in the gourd family, which is like squash, your pumpkins. It will get on your cucumbers, as you can see. And I did see one with some eggs. It was hanging around here. Oh, yep. Here's one. Let me show you. I'm gonna yank it. These are squash bugs' eggs. So you could rip the whole leaf off and put it in the soapy water or in the trash. Not really, soapy water is not gonna do anything, but throw it in the trash or burn it, something. I've heard that if you put it in the trash, it might still hatch. Or, I don't know. It's a good measure. I'm just gonna put it in here. Let the other ones die. And then I'll dispose of it because I do have a lot of bad clippings I did when I was cleaning this up, and it was a lot. Bugs, squash bugs, a lot of eggs and leaves, and I was trying to get rid of them, but it looks like there's a huge infestation. So probably for me, and this is my own decision, is to just get rid of it. It didn't even give it a chance to really produce any cucumbers. There's a lot here, a lot of cucumbers, cucurbits, but the squash bugs were getting to them before they could even reach maturity. It's really unfortunate, but there's that squash bug. I don't know if you guys could see it. He's right there. Let's try to grab him. Right there. He's fighting me. I don't want to grab him. I don't like it. Get in here. Might be hiding. I don't know. They're so gross. I know I shouldn't be. I know I shouldn't be grossed out by them. I get it. I'm gonna be in the garden all the time. But they freak me out. You can't tell me not to freak out. Because I will freak out. Oh, he didn't get away. So my new acorn squash coming in. Hey, Phil. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. All right, so it was an infestation of squash bugs. So I had to remove everything that I had here and I had here. I'm gonna put down some pesticide, 7 pesticide, SEVIN, granules all around here because there was also some ants. I usually get home pest control done around my house, not so much in the yard, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that to control the pests that are coming in. Rearrange this a little bit more. So I have some garlic. This is my sweet potato. This is my mini fingerling potatoes. That's some Texas Granix onions. This one's empty, but I have my little watermelon growing and I don't want to disturb it. This one looks like it's damaged, but we'll see what happens. This is is another type of variety of potato. I think it's Idaho that I had in my pantry, and it started to come out with some eyes. So I just put it in there, and it's doing good so far. This one's my sugar baby watermelon, which is the one that's growing right here. So it's sugar baby. I don't know if I'm gonna save my broccoli. It got pretty damaged. The other one that I had, which was bigger than this one, it did die over the powerful monsoons. I put some of more of my plants around here, kind of organized it a little bit. I have a lot of shading. This is actually 70%. The sun here is extremely brutal. Once I put these shades down, I saw a huge difference. Once the sun goes down, I'll go ahead and water all of this. We did get some rain last night. Again, the sun is so strong that a lot of the soil is dried out. A lot of it isn't. Like, for example, these don't need water, obviously, because it's potatoes. So they're pretty moist, as you can see. So, obviously, we're not going to water those. But there's some other ones that were dry. Yeah. That's what I got going so far.